She is the Phenom, Felicia Spencer, and she is headlining UFC 250 against Amanda Nunes for the 145-pound championship of the world. Felicia, it's great to talk to you here. It's great to see the UFC back in business. And I know it's a difficult time, obviously, for everybody, not just in the sports world, but the regular world. How have you been able to train and stay mentally and physically ready for this big showdown come next Saturday night?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all. And yeah, we had to kind of find a new normal. The great thing is I'm always surrounded by people who help me just keep staying positive. Like I'm already a positive person, and always look at the good in everything and find solutions. But luckily, my team is right there with me. My husband also, and the owners of the gym, my coaches, my teammates. So they've all been a big part of making everything come to fruition here. And it's almost time to fight now. So. So I'm definitely grateful for that. But we've definitely been making it work.
Yeah, you've been in the UFC for just about a full calendar year, and this is going to be your fourth fight. I mean, Felicia, you don't waste a whole lot of time. I mean, you come in, you fight somebody of the caliber of a Megan Anderson, obviously, going against Amanda Nunes now, who vanquished who was the baddest woman at the time. So you don't waste a whole lot of time to take on the biggest fish out there. What did you learn in your only loss in the UFC? Against Chris Cyborg, and what can you take from that experience to get your hand raised on Saturday night?
Yeah, it definitely sucks to lose, but again, the people around me and like just the mentality that I have going in, it's like, every fight there's one winner, one loser. And, I wanted to put my best foot forward. I don't feel like I've, really did, but that's what happened on that night. And, they just have to deal with it. But yeah, just having that experience, for me, like anytime I get down or anything, it's like immediately I'm like, I'm just so lucky. I know I've worked really hard to get here and to get to where I'm at. Like I've put in a lot of work and effort in my life, but I also understand that my position in this division is unique, and I know I'm lucky, one of the luckiest UFC fighters out there to be able to fight for a title. It would have been less than a year after my first fight had it happened on May 9th, like it was supposed to. So I just have to take all the rest with a grain of salt.
And that's the thing, Felicia, and I do remember talking to you when you came into the UFC. You feel like this is your division. I mean, Amanda is a double champ at 135 and 145, but this feels like home for you. Not saying it's not for Amanda, but could she now finally say, uh-oh, I'm fighting a woman here that this is home. 145 is where you want to be, and maybe she could be in a surprise for what you claim is your division.
Yeah, I mean, she might know it already, but I know I fully respect like what she's trying to accomplish with being like the first to hold two belts and defend two belts. I think that's never been done. So I fully respect that ambition, but unfortunately, she's not going to be able to, reach that goal if I have anything to do with it. Like I'm her first title defense, so she's not going to be defending that title. I'm going to be taking it. and I'm not acting like it's an easy fight because I'm a quote unquote real featherweight. I fully know this is going to be a tough fight. She's an amazing athlete, but I also know my style. I think poses a lot of problems for her style.
Yeah, and if you do win on Saturday night, you will become the first Canadian-born woman to win a belt in the UFC. And then you go right up there with George St. Pierre as the short list of best Canadian champions. Have you kind of let that sink in a little bit that like, hey, there is something at stake historically too if I go ahead and get that strap at 145?
Yeah, it seems like this division is so young that there's a lot of like history always being made, and I don't like let it sink in too much, but it definitely is something. It's true, like there haven't been people in my position, other women from Canada that have fought in the UFC and won titles. So I fully embrace the Canadian following that I have, and I hope that I'll be able to take that belt on a tour around Florida and all over America and also all over Canada, like to just let everyone enjoy it.
As you mentioned, you now live in Florida, in Orlando, and you're still a teacher there, correct?
Actually, I just this month officially resigned from the teaching position. Had nothing to do with the timing of COVID. Had nothing to do with it. It actually is a booming business. I'm a virtual school teacher. I was, so it's a booming business now. But just the opportunity, to be fighting for the world championship and the opportunities that can come after this also, kind of had been toying with the idea for a long time and kind of always postponing it. Like I can juggle all these things. Like I'm an overachiever. Like I'm trying to always do everything. So we kind of decided that my husband and I talked, and I took a leave of absence. And then when that was over, I was like, yeah, I just need to step away and fully focus on this. And it's
As
funny
we mentioned,
though.
Felicia, you've been traveling a lot, obviously, with the UFC, and obviously we talked about some of the different places you've been. Your last fight was at UFC Norfolk back in February, and my
Yeah.
hometown is Virginia Beach. And our
Oh,
producer
cool.
extraordinaire found some photos of you on IG with King Neptune at the beach. What did you think of my hometown? Did you enjoy being in the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area?
Yeah, I really did. We stayed in Virginia Beach and fought in Norfolk, so I got to experience both. And it was really nice it was kind of a cloudy day, and like just walking down the beach, it was a little bit less busy, so it was kind of nice. 'Cause being in Orlando, it's like super busy and packed everywhere, so it's kind of chilly. And I was super impressed by that statue. Like, I don't know if pictures do it justice, but it's really, really impressive. And then when we found like the original smaller version of it, and I forget what the town was called, it was like, oh my God, we gotta like redo another picture now. And with the little statue, it's the original. So it's,
Yeah, I think it was Cape
I'm
Charles.
always,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly. I'm always pleasantly surprised by like the random towns and cities that I go to that don't seem like, oh, if you don't know what Norfolk is, it's like, oh, that sounds lame, or honestly, like Kansas City was one of my favorite cities I ever fought in. Like really,
That's so cool.
love the exploration part of fighting.
And now you get to go back to a big city in Las Vegas. Obviously,
Yeah.
right now it's a little bit different than what you're used to. How do you
Yeah.
how do you think that's going to play out, Felicia? Without having fans there, are you so used to training without fans there anyway? Do you think it's going to be an easy adjustment, or will you miss that kind of roar of the crowd?
I think it'll be unique, different, but I'm also going in like fully prepared for that, and I think it's going to play to my favor a little bit. I think I always really focus not on not thinking about the crowd or like soaking it in until after my hand gets raised or like after it's done. So it'll probably feel more like the gym, which the more comfortable, like the more fun I can have, like how I have fun at the gym, like be creative, be calm and focused and composed, the better I am. So I think it'll, the quieter, room, it'll be maybe a little bit weird because I've never experienced that in a fight, but it'll be a lot like the gym, especially right now because I'm training at the gym when there's no one else there, so there's like two people in the room. I hear my coach and I hear the punches on the bodies, the feet on the ground, and that's it. So it'll probably be we even turn off the music sometimes and just like train because like, yeah, it's gonna be a quiet room. Why not just get used to it, So
Simulate as
um,
best you can.
yeah. So it's different. Like fans would be awesome, but again, always looking for solutions and always looking at the bright side of every situation.
I got to tell you, Felicia, it's been a pleasure talking to you. It's literally the world will be watching on Saturday night when you take on Amanda Nunes as the main event 5-round fight at UFC 250. Thank you so much for joining us. Safe travels. And when you get your hand raised, feel free to come back and join us on Stadium anytime you want.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll definitely do that.